Alright, this video is a rundown on how to do Compiz Fusion and on the fresh install of Ubuntu 8.04, the long-term service edition. So, the one thing a lot of people like to do and know how to do is use the desktop cube and the various other effects within Compiz. Now, in order to get those effects, you have to install a program called the Advanced Desktop Effects Settings Manager. Because normally on a fresh default install of Ubuntu, you are not going to have this particular program. So what you do is you go to Add, Remove Programs, click on that, type in comps, C-O-M-P-I-Z. It's the very first option that comes up. You'll see a checkbox next to it and the program you need, Advanced Desktop Effects Settings. Click the box, tell it to apply the changes. Once it's applied the changes, it'll tell you that you're installing that program. Once that's installed, it'll tell you that it's been successfully installed, or it should. And you'll have that particular program now. So when that's done, you close that out. Now go to your System tab, up on the top, go to your Preferences, and now you will see an option that says Advanced Desktop Effects Settings. Now get the desktop cube. Quickly, you simply go to the desktop tab, click on your desktop cube checkbox, click the checkbox for rotate cube, because on the default install of Ubuntu, desktop wall is enabled if you have the right kind of graphics card for comps. Now click on the utilities tab, go to cube caps, click on that, make sure that's enabled. What cube caps does is enables you to customize the tops and bottoms of your desktop cube. And also go to effects and give yourself a little cube reflection. Mine is not as pronounced, but if you look closely at the very bottom, you will see a mild reflection. There's also a thing called Sky Dome, which allows you, as you can tell, I have a different picture in the background that allows you to customize your pictures in the background too. That's really all there is to setting up comps. In order to get the transparency on the cube, though, a lot of people like to see what they're doing on the other three desktops instead of the one they're looking at. So all you do is you go to your desktop, click your desktop cube, go to transparent cube. The first slide bar is for when your cube is doing any rotation. This one changes the transparency when you're not doing any rotation. I personally prefer the transparency only when I do the Control Alt and left click of the mouse. But that's really all there is to setting up a Compiz Fusion install. A lot of people complain they don't see the functionality and stuff. For example, of things like fire writing and writing fire on your screen and whatnot. And I can see that, or things like rain, for example, or some of the various other effects within comps. I can see some credence in that. However, comps is about having a little fun too. So and in case you're wondering, the program that's on the bottom that looks like a Mac dock bar is actually called Avon Windows Navigator. You can actually find that within your Ubuntu reps. In order to get the icons, you have to go to Launchpad. Just Google it, you'll find it. The types of cards, people always wonder how come they can't get Compiz Fusion running. NVIDIA cards tend to be the best cards for running comps. ATIs have gotten better. Originally, they were very bad, and you were lucky if you got comps running. Comps, it runs on a wide range of hardware from what it seems. I've seen a limited run of things like the desktop cube working on an Intel integrated card. So, I mean, your best bet if you want to, if you're specifically building a system for Linux and you want comps, the best recommendation would be a NVIDIA card. So, some of the key things that people complain about the it's just eye candy. It doesn't really function or any of that kind of thing. For me personally, I always found that this actually increases my productivity. Because I can have one desktop running one program. I can have another one running a settings program that I need, or I can have another one running music, and it's not all cluttered onto one desktop or minimized and everything's on the dock bar. It's not like that, which it's a nice feature. So you can have your productivity workspace on another one. So there's a lot of functionality you will get out of Compiz Fusion if you like a little eye candy with your functionality. That's all I got. Check out my posts at lockergnome.com. Dark1778, and let me know.